Youngsters at a local school in Glasgow have been learning all about Robert Burns, whilst also learning about possible career routes within film and TV.
Eddi Reader came into the classroom. Before she came in, the children created questions to ask her. The BBC lab staff came in and did activities with the children. They did a mock interview of how you shouldn't interview, and then the children worked together to explain why that wasn't a good interview, and then they did ideas of how to improve it, and then they created questions for Eddi Reader, and then she came in after break time, and then they did the interview. And the final outcome was that we got an email with a link to the videos. On the video you saw the children singing Auld Lang Syne with Eddi Reader, and two of our pupils got to interview her and she answered all the questions. And my class had learnt this song She's a Belter by Jerry Synonym, and she was very impressed that they sang it to her, so they had a great time.
The primary 5 pupils from High Park Primary School had the opportunity to learn how to work cameras, record sound and do interviews in order to produce a high quality film as part of a project run by BBC Scotland's lab.
We learned how to use cameras and we learned how to do interviews. It was really fun. We sung Auld Lang Syne and we asked Eddi the questions and she really liked them.
The impact of the production of the film has allowed the pupils to develop skills in areas they otherwise wouldn't have been able to.
I think the skills that the children learnt through the filming and the directing and the interview are skills that are quite transferable to other things, like for example you need in focus, you need to follow instructions, having patience, things like that. Like even if you're trying to be a footballer, you need to focus on things, and it's exciting as well for them. I mean, a few of the children who got to use a camera had never seen one before, and a few of the children who were doing the questioning have the confidence to do that, so it was good to use it meaningfully.
The pupils also took time to learn and remember the Scottish literature that was brought to the country by Robert Burns.
We learned that he would be so surprised if he was here, and that everybody still remembers him, and it was just a good person in the world.
I think it's important to celebrate anyone Scottish, especially because we're in Scotland, whether that's, talking about Robbie Burns or Andy Murray or Amy MacDonald, whoever's, successful in Scotland. We should teach the children, no matter how long ago it was. He was very gifted, was, I think, born in Ayr, so it's very close to where we are in Glasgow. His poems and songs are very famous and they're very nice, and I know that when I have taught Robbie Burns poems and songs, the children have all engaged with it and really enjoyed it. It can be quite difficult sometimes with the language, but we would always teach the songs where you know what the actual meaning is, and then we'd do it with his version.
In light of National Robert Burns Night, it is clear his inspiration continues to reach all generations over Scotland. Ruth Suter, That's TV.